All right, welcome everybody. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Man, welcome to another Monday, Massive Action Monday. As you know, massive action is defined as those who execute above the average. My name is Chris Williams, the host of the Grow Your Side Business podcast, where I help ambitious employees be able to grow and build a side business in 30 days or less. You can actually right now access my course that I have available to you called the Side Hustle Secrets course. The link is down below. You can go ahead and grab that right now. Jump in, tap in, and man, let's get it. So today, here's what I wanted to be able to do. I wanted to be able to talk about simplifying our world and our businesses. Because I personally think that we can complicate things that don't need to be complicated. I know I do. So let me give you some backstory about it while I'm even talking about this. I recently realized that through listening to people who are running their businesses, and they have systems in place and they're constantly getting better at those systems. Here's what I realized is the difference of the gap between where my podcast is, where my other side businesses are, what the difference between what I have and what they have. They have simple, and they have processes. So what I want to do today was I wanted to give you four ways to look at, like, how do you simplify your business so that you can stop with the overwhelm? If you've been feeling overwhelmed, or if you've been feeling like, man, it just seems like, yes, I'm doing the thing, but I just feel like because I'm learning so much, there's so many other things that I need to go learn to do. So what I'm telling you right now is don't fall into that trap, because it's easy to do nothing, right? If you want a guarantee, do nothing. That's what the guarantees are in life, right? Just do nothing. And then you're guaranteed that nothing will happen, right? It's only when you started doing things, right, applying pressure to the future, that you start to run into certain, new territory that maybe you're not used to. And so I've been personally frustrated, I think, throughout this year, because things weren't growing as fast as I would like them to. I felt like it wasn't leading to the monetary gains that I thought they would. I have felt like, why am I doing this? I have felt like nobody's paying attention. I have felt like, man, how many different ways do I gotta say it, right? I felt all of those ways. You've been feeling the same way about the thing that you do, right? And while we're doing this right now, please share some wins with me in the comments that you're having in your business. Share your wins down in the comments right now. I will shout you out live with your comments. So tell me what kind of wins you've been having when it comes to your business. So what's been really interesting is this. I realized there was a couple of things that I needed to do after listening to some really astute people who are building massive businesses and what they've done. And I wanted to share that with you. So let me share these with you. And then I want you to really think about these items, because I really do believe that if we get really good at this, and if we master what I'm about to share, I think it could really change the way we do life, the way we do business, and the way things work out long term, right? I think that the key is you got to remember, if you're in business, you're doing it for the long term. You're not just like doing it because, oh, it sounded like a great thing to do. No, you signed up for the mission. You signed up for the deal. You decided to build a business. You decided to go all in for your family. Whatever your reasons are, you decided, right? So there's no reason to turn back now just because it feels a little tight. Just because you're seeing some things that maybe you didn't see on the horizon. It didn't sound bad when you were building your business. It didn't sound like you're going to run into so many obstacles when the idea first popped out. But now that you've been running your business for a while, it's starting to feel a certain way. So I want to kind of give you these things to think through, and I'll walk you through how to handle these. So first of all, here's number one. And our goal really this week is to simplify our business, right? Like, that's the goal. That is honestly the goal. So let me share with you what I've learned with this, and kind of where I've been going. First of all, the first one is, And all of these are going to start with do more, because I think part of the issue is we're not doing enough. And let me explain what I mean about doing enough. This first one is do more of what you're good at. You know, I realized that part of the issue that I was facing as I had been building out my business, as I had been like thinking through ways that I could get better and more efficient, what I realized is that what I was doing was I was stopping doing the thing that I'm actually good at. For whatever reason, because emotionally it just got tiring. I didn't find, I lost the flame for it, or whatever the case may be. But what I realized was I should have continued to do more of what I'm good at. But I want to give you a caveat, okay? Continue to do more of what you're good at, given it's good for your business. Okay? And let me explain what I mean. It's okay if you're really good at, knowing how to talk a good game, right? If you're really good and like you make it sound really awesome, if you're really good at that, but the unfortunate part is you're so good at that you're not good at actual delivering on what you said, you might not want to continue to do that, right? If part of the challenge that you've seen within your side business has been, well, I know I'm really good at this at my corporate job, but when I tried to apply it here, it doesn't seem to have the same thing. Like, yes, you need to continue to do more of what you're good at, but it's also given it's good for your business. If it's not good for your business, you probably don't want to do that. Now, that's going to be very rare and I won't say rare. It'll be very few times that might be the case, but you just want to be cognizant of that, right? Like you just want to be mindful of like, yeah, I know I'm good at this thing, but if it's not good for my business, why am I still doing it? And most of it is because we're just really comfortable with who we are. And guess what? My business coach says all the time, don't get bored with what you do, get paid with what you're good at, right? Like, why would you get bored with something that's actually bringing you in money, right? Learn how to recalibrate your brain about the mission, and now you'll see why you need to continue doing that thing that you're really good at, right? So do more of what you're good at, given, it's good for your business. Here's the second one. Second thing I realized is hire now. So do more of this, right? Hire now. And what I would tell you is hire small. And let me explain what I mean by this. There are a lot of different things that you can get done there are a lot of things that can get done in your business, in your side business, in your personal day, in your own personal life, if only you would allow somebody to actually do it. Part of our issue is that many of us are control freaks, if I can just be honest, right? Like we love having a sense of control. So because we need to be in control, because that's where we feel like it's going to get done, we hold on so tight. And I always tell my kids this, God can't bless a closed fist. It's just impossible. You have to give, in order to receive. Like you have to let go of more in order for the business to grow. And the more you let go of, the better the business, right? The more you let go of thinking it's got to be done one way, and the more you allow somebody else to come in, teach them what to do, but then let their skills and their expertise and their understanding blossom in that particular thing. Well, guess what? My skill plus one skill equals two skills. But my one skill trying to do all of the roles of my side business, not so much, right? I'm never going to be focused on what I'm good at, right? So hire small, hire now. And here's what I would say, contract people, go on Fiverr, because here's what's got to happen in order for this do more to get really good. Part of the challenge that many of us face is that we struggle with learning how to communicate effectively, and also we struggle because many of us have never truly had to lead a team. Now, there's a difference in saying I'm leading a team at work under the guise and the way that my job wants me to do something. It's a totally different meaning when you're the one on the hook for everything and you put money in other people's pockets. See, when you leave your job, your day job, it doesn't really bother you what might happen. You might care a little bit, right? But ultimately, you know you're not responsible for everything. When it's all on you and you've hired a few people and you know that that thing is now on your shoulders and all of the decision making, all of the direction, and everybody's waiting on you, well, that makes it difficult. And so what happens is when it's time to hire, right, what we got to really learn to get good at is learning how to communicate effectively. Do you know how to communicate exactly what is needed for the project, the task, or the deliverable? Do you know how to effectively communicate what is needed in order for that campaign to get done? Do you know how to effectively communicate a problem? Do you know how to effectively communicate the idea and allow other people to see it? Do you know how to effectively communicate a vision? Do you know how to effectively communicate what is needed to be done right now? Though it's really important. And how do you know it's effective? Other people got it. And they can go do without little input from you, right? Here's a good litmus test. If at any time you say something and people are coming back with way more questions, that means you didn't effectively communicate. Now, here's the cool part. I would much rather have people ask me questions, but the unfortunate part is many of us will never stop and look at ourselves and say, man, did I communicate that well? We'll never go back and ask the people that's coming back and asking more questions. Are you asking the questions because I didn't communicate something? Did I leave you confused? Tell me what are the reasons so that I can get better with my communication. Most people won't do that, right? That's a self-awareness thing. So, and then learning how to lead people. Listen, there's enough books, enough tapes, enough great business coaches out here. You have to learn how to lead people. I don't care if it's just a virtual assistant. If you can't lead a virtual assistant, it won't get done, whatever it is, right? If you can't lead a developer, then the app won't get built correctly. If you can't lead a conversation between you're hiring somebody for some digital marketing and maybe somebody to build a funnel. If you can't effectively communicate and can effectively lead them and teach them how to work together, it's not going to work. That's a you problem, though. That's a me problem. That's not on them. They know what they're good at. They need somebody to lead them, though. That's the key. When you get people with really specialized skills, what they're looking for is somebody to lead them so that they can do what they're good at, right? People who have very specialized skills, they really don't care who they're working for or what it's about. I mean, yes, they have morals. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. The business, the industry, the whatever, right? A website is a website. A funnel is a funnel. A communication is a communication. They're skilled at what they do. What makes their skill look so much better is the ability of the person they're doing the work with to effectively communicate, to effectively lead them toward the end result that you desire. That is something that you and I have to work on constantly. All right. So there's number 2. That's number 2 to be able to simplify. So first of all, do more of what you're good at. Given it's good for the business. Number 2, do more hiring now and hire small. Number 3, what we got to do is we got to do more and learn less. Now, I know you're like, wait a second, Chris. That is so counterintuitive to what you literally just said. I know it sounds like that. Let me tell you what I mean. For many of us, because we're so used to consuming information from people and stuff, right? Many of us are on our phones all day consuming someone else's words, someone else's ideas, someone else's way of life, someone else's money, someone else's situation, someone else's up, someone else's down. We spend so much time in consumerism that we turn learning into a consumer-driven behavior. And thus we get stuck learning all the time. Now, that don't confuse that with you need to be a lifelong learner. Let me explain what I mean. Why do I say do more and learn less? Here's the reason. The reason is because our consumerism brain will make us think, well, I'm doing the right thing because I'm steady learning something. But what about the do more? What are you doing with what you just learned? I heard something recently, and I have to say it was challenging, and I gotta agree with it. The idea of the thought was, hey, instead of all of that learning all the time and reading 12 different books, what if you read one business book all year and just executed every single thing out of that one book? How much more productive would you become as opposed to then just reading 12 books and saying, oh, I got a lot of reading done, but what did you execute based on what you read? How can we see a difference, right? Where are the changes, right? What actually did you put into your engine to make your life easier or build the business, right? Or scale, whatever you're trying to do. How did you solve that problem, right? So my point is, do more and learn less. Don't allow the consumer side of you to think or be rewarded more than actually doing the thing that you're learning about. Because here's something that I found, and I had to learn this for myself because I struggled a lot of times when I would meet certain business people and I'd have an opportunity to ask them a question. What I would struggle with is I didn't really know what to ask them. But my inability to really know what to ask for them to help me was a telltale sign to them that I'm not actually doing the thing. Because the more you are doing the thing, your questions become more specifically targeted towards actual problems that you are running into as a result of doing the thing. Does that make sense? If you just keep asking, basic generic surface questions to people, I did a video recently talking about it doesn't matter who you meet. I don't care who you meet. I don't care whoever your business hero is. If you met them and they said, yo, I got 5 minutes, ask me a question, I'll help you out. I like you. I'm willing to listen. Most of us wouldn't know how to ask a specific question of a problem that we are actually dealing with on our business because we're not even doing it. We're asking generic questions. Hey, how did you decide on purple or green for that? Why did you come up with that name for that business? What makes you so successful? As opposed to the person who's actually writing copy, the person who's actually going out and calling potential clients, the person who's actually putting their product and service out there, the person who's actually, creating the post on social media. Because then when you run into your business hero, you can say, hey, listen, recently I've been working on my podcast, but what I realized is that for some reason, I am not seeing the engagement when I drop episodes here and here, or when I added this portion into what I do to be able to, generate, revenue. It's not really working. What do you suggest that I do? Because I'm not seeing it here and I'm wanting it to be here. And this is my goal. They will run to help you because you were asking a specific thing in your area, right? Most of us, we tell on ourselves based on the questions that we ask. So I just want to give you that. All right. Here's the last one. And it's all do more. All right. This is all do more. Do more. And this one will make sense over time. Do more of the one thing over and over until mastery. Do more of the one thing over and over until mastery. Why is this important? Because what I am discovering as I've been building out this podcast and I've continued to do episodes and I continue to learn more about it and I continue to build this work, I realize that part of the challenge, part of the issue is that we're not willing to do the boring stuff and the one thing over and over and over and over and over again. We're not willing to do it until we have mastery at that thing. Y'all, as of today, this is 151 episodes of a podcast. It's just safe to say that I've clearly learned something since episode 0, right? Meaning from episode 0 to episode 10, there's a little bit of learning, but there's a heck of a lot more learning from episode 10 to episode 151. Why? Because I keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? I keep testing things. I keep trying stuff. I keep, playing with different ideas. I keep doing something over and over and over again. Now, what is mastery, right? How do you know what mastery is? Here's how I define mastery. The ability to teach from experience and others can understand. I want y'all to write that down. The ability to teach from experience and others can understand. That's mastery. Because I want mastery. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, I'm fighting for mastery. That is the reason why my wife and I we were in a real estate mastermind this weekend. We flew out to Vegas. We've been in Vegas all weekend. We caught a red eye back home on Sunday night, got home 6 a.m. And yes, I'm doing Massive Action Monday. Why? Because I want to continue to do what I do so often, so many times, I want to continue to do it until I have mastery so that I can talk to somebody about how to build this thing. I can show people how you can do what you do. When we built our first side business in the health and wellness industry, I can talk from experience because we built it to almost $200,000 in the first year. I think that gives me a little bit of punch and power when somebody asks me, hey, they got questions about how to build in that industry. Well, I can tell you what I did. I can tell you what systems and what tools we used, right? So my point is, do more of the one thing. What's the one thing that you could be doing for your side business all the time, every day without fail? What is it? I don't know. Tell me down in the comments, what's the one thing you need to be doing every day? And by the way, that's disregarding how you feel about it. It's a critical part of your business. For example, if you don't talk to people often, I would think it'd be kind of hard to find out if people really like what you do and what you know and are willing to purchase it. I would just, if you're trying to get some people to buy stuff from you, you might want to talk to people all the time so you can figure out, is this what people want? Do I got to tweak it a little bit, right? You have to ask questions. So I think it's really, really crucial that you find that one thing. Tell me what you think the one thing is for your business that you got to continue to do. And you got to do it over and over and over and over again until you have mastery at it. To where you can wake up in your sleep. It won't matter. It won't matter if you're in front of the president or whether you're in front of the richest person in the world. You know what to do. Won't matter who it is, what the status is, where you are, you can get it done. Okay? All right. So here's your homework for this week for Massive Action Monday. Number 1, I want you to do more of what you're good at, given it's good for the business. All right. Number 2, do more hiring. Hire now, hire small. Hire contractors, VAs, leverage sites like online.ph, leverage Fiverr, leverage places where you can find people who are they have specialized skills in something that you need to do so you can fulfill number 1. Can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So do more of what you're good at, given it's good for the business. And then now do more hiring. Hire now, hire small. Number 3, I want you to do more and learn less. Stop being a consumer of information, but never going and executing on the information that you had. Again, what if instead of reading 12 books this year or in 2023, you read one book 12 times? I think it might change some things, right? And the fourth one, do more of the one thing over and over and over and over and over again until mastery. All right. What is mastery? The ability to teach from experience and others can understand it. All right. So listen, if you liked this Massive Action Monday, leave me a comment down below, share. If you're watching on YouTube, listen, give us a subscribe, leave a comment, right? Cost you nothing, but it will really help us because there's other people just like you who like this information. If you're already a part of my Side Business Builders group, you already know the deal is Massive Action Monday. Thank you all for being here. The Side Hustle Secrets course is out. If you want access to that, click the link below. We'll be able to help you out. I'm looking forward to seeing you taking massive action in your business. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.